Welcome to the Nitty Gritty Show. I'm Padre Ron, and I bring the nitty.
And I'm Rev Zeal, and I bring the gritty. And together, we get to the nitty gritty. How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing, Rev Zeals?
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah, how's the nitty of the gritty?
Well, it's I don't know how to answer that.
That's okay.
But we're here again, and it's good to see you.
You too, man.
And let's dive right in.
Yeah. Well, I will start
Get this started.
I will start this out and say I love you and like you.
I love you and like you too.
Okay, good. We're on the same page.
Yes, indeed.
Go for it.
Well, I guess we could probably talk about fear and what that is.
Really, what fear is imagination of future hindrances. Is the way I've said it for years. So it's something that hasn't happened yet. Okay. Now I have to say something in the Word of God. Okay. In Joshua, there 2 or 3 times. Okay. Moses died. Joshua was like his protege. Okay. And so he has to get some what they call back in the old days, spizrinctum. He has to get, you never heard that word in your mind.
No.
Okay, what that is, he's going to have to get some encouragement. He's going to have to get some go-to because Moses was such a heavyweight. And now he had the whole nation to lead. So anyway, 2 or 3 times in the first spizrinctum, yeah. You know, give you some spizrinctum. And that's not in Webster's, trust me.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's in the same level as tad and smidge. Okay, those kind of words.
Of course.
But anyway, so interesting to note talking about fear. Okay, fear is imagination of future hindrances. So the Bible said that God said several times, do not be afraid. Okay, I'm with you wherever you go. So don't be afraid. And then it says, and don't be dismayed. Okay, so I thought, okay, so he told Joshua, don't be afraid. We're talking about fear and torment. Okay, and don't be dismayed. So why did he say it like that? Because they're 2 different things. So fear is imagination of future events that hadn't happened yet. I say hindrances, but it's imagination of future events. It's imagination in the mind. But dismay translates a broken down state. Okay, so
which is the inevitable conclusion of fear.
Right, but it has to do with something in the past. Okay, so he said, don't be afraid what's coming in the future, and he said, don't be dismayed of something that's happened in the past. Okay, we live in the now. Yeah. See, we live in the now. So fear is imagination of future hindrances, if you will, or events. But being dismayed means it's something that's happened in the past. It's a broken down state. If something's a broken down state, it's something that's happened already, right? So if your car is broken down, it sounds silly, but if it's in a dismayed state, right, that means it's something that's already happened. So he said, don't look at the past, basically. Don't be dismayed, and don't be afraid of future things that haven't happened yet. Fear is something in the future. You're afraid of something that hadn't happened yet. Dismayed, something that's already happened. That's your past. You can't change that. So don't be dismayed, and don't be afraid. Okay. Right now is where we live.
Yeah, I like that because, last episode we talked about faith is now. We talked about being in the present, engaging your faith with the Word, and in that moment. And really the enemies of that are what you identified, like being dismayed, which is your past.
Right.
Like regret, resentment.
It's powerful.
And then your future. What are the possible things that could go wrong? And your fear is connected with all that. So the enemies of faith in the moment or in the now,
right, and
activating and really exercising that faith like a muscle is that fear and that dismay. It's that future ill and that past bad.
Broken down stuff.
And it is an enemy to all of us. Yeah. And we actually have to actively keep our mind focused. I mean, that's why Jesus told us, don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't fret.
Don't fret.
Like focus on the day. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Don't let your past drag you down, and don't let the future be a mountain you can't overcome.
Because those two things, okay, you're right. Those two things are torment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did this last time and I fell on my face. So I'm never going to do it again.
Yeah, I'm afraid that I'm going to repeat.
So yeah, that's my dismayed mess.
Yeah.
And then this thing that haven't even come to me yet, I'm afraid of it. So it's all under that torment thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but perfect love.
Casts out that fear.
Yeah, incredible.
And yeah, it casts out the fear of the future and it casts out the dismay of the past.
Yeah.
Because if you serve a God that loves you unconditionally, it doesn't matter what you have done.
The past.
And it doesn't matter if you repeat what you've done. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah, and like the Bible said that a righteous man could fall 7 times. Now, I don't mean it number 8, he's a mess, but it just was saying that he can fall numerous times, but he gets back up again. Okay, because you can't live a wholesome life, you can't live a free life in a dismayed state.
Yeah.
What if, I mean, I battled that many times. I thought, man, if I'd only done this, if I'd only not done this, if I'd only, you start carrying all the weight, okay, of your dismayed, and then you start looking towards the future going, there ain't no hope.
Yeah, so let's get to the nitty-gritty of it.
Uh-oh, look out.
Let's go. So there is a place to learn from your mistakes. There is a point to, analyzing your past and trying not to repeat, trying to learn from what you've done right and what you've done wrong.
There's a place, all right.
There's a place for that. But so how do you decipher or cut it into the right slices?
My suggestion, I won't tell you what to do, anybody, but I strongly suggest some things. Okay, you said it right there real briefly. You said there is a place. How do you get to this place? Okay, the place is in Him. In Him, talking about the Lord, the Bible said, in Him we live. In Him we move. In Him we have our being. Okay, it's in Him that this security is. It's in Him that this place of no fear is. Okay, it's in Him. It's in Him. Well, who's Him? He's love. It's in His love, man, that we live free of torment. Okay, it's in His love that it casts it. It's in His love where the power is. It's in His love where it's like that old song, I won't mention the people that wrote it, everybody in the Christendom knows it. But there's a song, and it was called, Because He Lives, I Can Face Tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know, who holds my future. And my life now is worth living because He lives.
Yeah.
That's the place where there's no torment.
Yeah, it's in the person.
It's in the person.
Jesus.
Absolutely.
And not some idea, not some, mental exercise or gymnastics that we're going to do to get us to a place. It's specifically Him.
And I get mushy talking about it, so go ahead. I'll compose here in a minute. It's in Him.
Yeah.
That's where there's no torment. There's no hatred. There's no fear. Whew. Wow. In Him I live. In Him I move. Now, I'm not conscious of it all the time. I don't have to be. But I need to be assured of it. I need to believe it so that I'll act it and live it. Yeah. Wow. In Him. Okay, all the fear goes. Okay. Yeah. You know why? He's with you. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. So that means wherever you go as His child, wherever. David said this. He said, I can't get away from it. He said, if I'm in hell, He's with me. If I'm in the sea, He's with me. If I'm in heaven, He's with me. Wherever I go, He's with me. Therefore, let's go.
Yeah. And let's go one day at a time, step by step.
Yeah.
In this specific moment of exercising our faith in that day, not allowing, future fears or past regrets to really weigh us down in any shape or form.
You know why I don't bungee?
Like bungee jump?
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, I know you've skydived
Yeah.
few times and all that. You've jumped out of a perfectly good plane. Okay.
It was great fun.
Okay. I'm not skydiving, and I'm definitely not bungee. What do they call it? Bungee cording?
Bungee jumping.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
I've done that twice.
I'm not doing. Yeah. See, I'm not doing that because I have
intense.
absolute no faith.
It's a lot of fun.
I have absolutely no faith in that bungee cord.
It's a great way, though, to face fear.
I don't care what it is. Okay. just thinking about it brings torment to me.
Well, that sounds like you got some fear.
Now I'll hold it. I'll help hang on to the bungee cord. if somebody's a fool enough to go for it, I mean, smart enough, but I don't have enough faith in it. And just the thoughts of me standing on a rail of a 2,000 foot whatever, with a rubber band tied to my ankles, okay, it's too much torment, man. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, you trust when you fly, you trust
sometimes
the pilots,
okay,
right?
Yeah,
and the mechanics.
I flew with you across the country.
Yeah,
and believe me, when I got out, man, I was kissing the ground.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
I made that up. That was a lie. Yeah.
But
that was some trust.
If you trust, pilots to fly the plane for you,
how
is that any different than trusting the people that have engineered the strap and the cord and create a business to create money from it? Like
that right there ought to tell you something.
No.
Okay.
That's a good
Number
question.
one is there's maintenance in airplanes. Okay.
There's maintenance on the straps, on the cords, on the bungees.
Yeah, I bet there is.
Like people are more afraid to fly, but they'll go drive their car every day. Flying's safer than driving.
Let me tell you something. I don't care what you try to convince me of.
It's just in your mind. It's all in your mind.
It is. It's in my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like going down one of them water slides.
Which is a good point, right? We can bring it to that.
Yeah,
right?
go ahead.
Fear is in your mind.
You got me laughing now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Fear is in your mind. The battle space of fear is in your mind. Because what you're afraid of, bungee jumping, I'm not afraid of. At all. So the battle space for where fear is your mind. It exists only in your mind.
Yeah, but you weigh as much as my 2 legs.
Doesn't matter. You can make any argument you want. Doesn't matter. It doesn't.
I've seen guys and their head comes like real close to the bottom of them rocks and they get snapped back up. Okay. I'm not doing that.
That doesn't mean there isn't risk. There's risk with everything we do in life.
Yeah. But there's no risk in God's stuff.
Right. But if you fear, which the point I'm trying to drive is it's only in your mind. That's where
I'm not doing it.
I think you should do it.
I'm not doing it. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. Okay, I'll pay for you. What is it, $25, man, to watch your life go before your eyes?
That's usually $100 or so.
Yeah, $100 for me to, for me to poop myself. for me to soil myself. Excuse me. I forgot we're talking.
Oh, the bad thing about that is it's going to run the opposite way.
We don't want to go there. That's the nitty of the gritty. Yeah, but my point being, see, I don't trust it. I don't trust the guy that put the maintenance on it. I don't trust him. I don't know him. I don't, here's some guy making money off me freaking out.
But you'll trust a taxi driver to drive you around the town.
Some of them. Some of them. It depends on the taxi. Yeah. I've seen some taxis before that I had to put on hand cleaner, man, before I put the doorknob over it. They need to clean that thing up. It's got disease on it. So it depends. I trust in this. What I'm saying is there's certain things in the natural that I have a trust in to an extent. Mm-hmm. But with God, he doesn't give you that option. That's your choice, but if you want it his way, it's like an old preacher told me years and years now ago. He used to say, Ron, he said, God gives you a choice, but not much of one. Okay, it's his way is the best way. If you want to do it your way, you can keep falling on your face and all that till you finally get it.
I think he gives us tremendous choice.
He does, but that's a countrified way of saying that his is the best. He gives you a choice, but that's not really much of a good choice.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's not that he don't give us a choice, but it's not much of one compared to his is the best.
Thank you for joining us.
We appreciate it.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye.